So the Camaro's looking pretty good after the last video of putting this thing back together. We now have C6 wheels, a bullet antenna, some lettering on the back, fully functional heat. We also have those LED headlight bulbs with the new housings. We have blinker bulbs and some other goodies on this car as well. Now for today, we have an axle back exhaust for this by Borla that's been chopped and put together many of times, and we're going to have to actually put it back together the way we want to put it together. I'm probably going to switch out these tips because whoever bought them put them together with the same tips on the same side. We're also going to change the oil, change out this driver's side wiper motor, and get rid of that as well. I used a lot of PB, tried yanking on it with pliers and everything. I'm just going to have to hit it with a cutoff wheel. At this point, we ended up with a broken windshield because of it. So it is what it is, and I can't do anything about that. Let's get this thing in the garage, and we're going to get to working. All right, y'all. So first look since I've bought the car underneath. This car's actually really clean. I mean, we have the slightest amount of like surface rust going on under here and some flaking in the typical spots. I did originally think that we had a rear main seal leak. I will take this little inspection cover off at some point because I'd like to figure out if it is a rear main or it's an oil pan or it's this filter. But we're going to do an oil change first, and then I want to mock up this Borla exhaust. It looks like I am going to have to pick up some sort of hanger. Somebody probably couldn't get this one off. They cut it right off. That was suspiciously loose. But it didn't have any bite marks on it, so I'm guessing that somebody just never tightened it down properly. See if I can not spill. Ooh, I didn't spill. All right, it's very dark. This is all that was on the magnet. Nothing even too shiny, just some metallic stuff. Hand tight on your oil filters only, everybody. Because then somebody like me buys it. He's putting holes in oil filters and stabbing them with screwdrivers to get them out. Not cool. I haven't had any problems with them. I usually run Mobile 1. But if the store doesn't have the Mobile 1 I need, I just grab a Fram and then switch it out. Just tight enough, torque spec. And while we're here with this oil leak that we're dealing with, I have some Super Clean. Normally I just blast this stuff with brake cleaner, but I don't have any brake cleaner right now. And Super Clean sent me this stuff to give you guys an opinion about. So I figured I'd give it a shot. I don't have a pressure washer or anything in here, but we'll take a look and see how it goes. I'm just trying to find out where this oil leak's coming from, and this degreaser should help with that. They said it foams up. Give it a couple minutes to eat through, and then wipe it right off. And I've already tried wiping off on the rest of this stuff. It does come off with just a little bit of elbow grease, but this should make it effortless. Yeah, I mean, it does come right off. It does what it says it does. And in my purpose, really just looking to try to find an oil leak, this works out perfectly. It wipes off way easier than it did without it, which I guess means it's doing its job. This isn't a paid advertisement by any means for Super Clean, but they did send it to me, asked me next time I'm taking something apart or next time I'm degreasing something to give it a try and give you guys an honest opinion. My honest opinion is it works like it should. I'd buy it. We're going to fill this bad boy up with some oil, and then you guys will see me tomorrow when we are tackling that exhaust. It sounds like me and your mom. So I'm technically all out of time for today, but I want to tackle this really bad. So we're going to try and cut this thing with a little cutting wheel, and then I'm going to try and break it apart with a screwdriver and a hammer. What? I think those threads are salvageable. Where's that hammer? Who's been a bad girl? Alrighty, y'all. Next day here, what we're gonna do right now is we're going to weld what was there for exhaust onto the Borla muffler that was there before they cut it off. We are going to run about an 18-inch, 2 1/4 to 3-inch exhaust tip, which is gonna be one round tip instead of this rectangular USB port thing. And then when the tips show up from Amazon, we're going to line up the tips with the rear frame rails here and here. That way we have 2 tips coming out the back that are even. And I'm going to do chrome tips as well so that they match the wheels, the lettering, and the antenna. We're also going to put on a new hanger because this one's been cut off. I apologize in advance because I don't have a cameraman for any of the exhaust stuff that I'm going to do here, but you guys will hear some voiceovers, and I'll talk at the end of it a little bit as we drop it down to the ground after I'm finished up.
What you're going to see right here is we are mocking up the exhaust, and I'm cleaning up the Borla muffler a little bit. That way it can be welded to, and I'm going to put a little sleeve in there as well. The sleeve is kind of just to add a little bit of room for movement because whoever cut this off did it in a few sweeps. You'll see me mocking this exhaust up here, which I don't think looked great with those rectangular tips, and they were also hanging very low, and they were under the bumper. To solve that problem, we're going to be using these 2 1/4 to 3 by 16-inch long tips. We're going to use those so that they can hang out the back bumper just a little bit, and then you're also going to see that I'm using a wood trick here to get them even on both sides height-wise. Pretty much what I do is I take the same jack at the same height under the tip at the same spot, use the same pieces of wood, and it'll come up to the same height once they're welded, aside from I had to make a couple minor adjustments because it was hitting the axle.
As you can see, whatever the last person did, they kind of tried to make something fit, and really when I put this back on, I should have cut a 1/2 inch off to make it perfectly even with the frame rails, but I didn't because I'm too lazy for that, apparently. I also hit these with a little bit of paint because you know what they say about a grinder and paint. And I'm going to drop this down. We'll see how it looks and we'll see how it sounds. The factory cats and the factory Y pipe are totally killing the sound of this car, but that's for a future video. Let's hop onto this window motor and get that fixed. For my last mod of this video, we are going to be putting in a new window motor because it doesn't work at all. So we're going to do something about that right now. First, we got to take a few screws off. So we're going to get the one that's back here. These two were a little bit stripped. Nothing that a electric tool can't make worse, right? There's the other top is. Like so. Now we have a broken speaker that I probably should replace while I'm here, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to save that for another video. Let's see what we have behind door number 1. That's disgusting. That's really disgusting. Looks pretty good. Back to the speaker. What we're doing right now, actually you can see the fiberglass stuff is actually still on this thing from the last time I did one of these. So I'm going to drill right through the door panel. Nice. Now as you can see, we have found one of the rivets. Now all we have to do is do that 2 or 3 more times so that we can drill through the rivets and drop the motor out. If you guys are doing this yourselves, you're going to want to prop the window up with something because the only thing holding this window up, in these F-bodies at least, is going to be the window motor. So you want a piece of wood that's going to be able to hold the weight of the window once you pull that motor out of there. We're going to have to relocate this hole. Oh, we're going to get to play connect the dots again. That was our window motor. After ensuring you have the correct part, make sure it works. Now we take this back off and just undo everything we did. So as you can see right here, we did get one of the small bolts in that comes in the kit, but I drilled the rivets out with way too big of a drill bit. We drilled it out with, I think, a 5/16 bit. So what I had to do is I had to utilize the Harbor Freight kit and use one of the bolts that comes in their kit and pull it through this way. Currently just tightening this down. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put a new hole right here so that we can still clip the wiring harness in. If you guys deem this unnecessary, I don't care. There we go. Look at that. I could be a mechanic or something. Makes me so happy. Let's go film an outro. All right, y'all, that's going to be it for this video. I'm very happy with how the exhaust turned out on the car. Although the tips still aren't perfectly straight and perfectly even, they're close enough for me. I don't really care that much. I'm honestly more happy than anything that we have a wiper arm on the car now and that the window motor works. That at least makes the car drivable. I'm probably going to daily this thing for a little bit while the cam truck is down while I'm doing the exhaust and fixing the broken manifold bolts that I really don't want to think about. This exhaust is too quiet for me. It is what it is. I'm going to be selling it anyways. In all honesty, I don't want to go too much further other than maybe a stereo and speakers. I really want an 87 and 93 foxbody. Really, really, really want an 87 and 93 foxbody. Let's let you guys hear this exhaust now. It's really decent above 4,000 RPMs. It's really not bad. Below 4,000 RPMs, it just sounds stock. Thank you guys very much for watching this video. I really appreciate the support lately. Stay tuned for the Cam Silverado exhaust because that's coming very, very soon. And I absolutely cannot wait for that thing to sound right. It's very droney. It's got stock manifolds and cats on it. We got to make those hit the road because this thing needs to roar. I'll see you guys in the next one.